I'm Marcia Kelb, a member of the Brewster Ponds Coalition Education Committee. Brewster Ponds Coalition's mission is protecting the health, the beauty, and enjoyment of Brewster Ponds. We are very pleased to join with local author Susan Baur, who has written 4 Turtle Sister books that speak of pond life. And I'd like to introduce Susan Baur.
Hi, my name is Susan Baur, and it's safe. You can take the mask off. Take the mask off. And I am also known as the Turtle Lady, and I am the author and the illustrator of, I'm going to talk about you. Come on. I am the author and the illustrator of the 4 Turtle Sisters books. And I also go around for many schools from Falmouth to Chatham, talking about the Turtle Sisters books and reading them to you and showing you videos underwater of the turtles that I see. So let's start. This is the 3rd of the Turtle Sisters books. The Turtle Sisters moved to the other side of Cape Cod Pond. One afternoon in the middle of summer, the Turtle Sisters, Daphne and Chloe, were roused from their midday nap by a loud honking. "Not geese," said Daphne, climbing up their sleeping log. "Not ducks." The honking grew louder. Honk, 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 beep, beep, beep. Then doors slammed, thumpity thump, shouting, barking. What was going on? Summers on Cape Cod Pond, where the stinkpot Turtle Sisters lived, was usually very quiet. In early spring, all the turtles came out of their deep winter sleep. They swam around searching for bugs and worms to eat. They were hungry. Then painted turtles headed for the shore to dig shallow holes in soft dirt and lay their eggs. Big snapping turtles pulled themselves out of the pond and walked along to find sunny, sandy spots. They dug big holes and laid lots of eggs. Stinkpot turtles, like Daphne and Chloe, found nice rotten logs to tuck their eggs under. 2 months later, baby turtles scrambled into the pond. Also, in early spring, fishermen came to the pond. They stood on the shore or rowed quietly across the still water. The turtles loved the fishermen's worms and stole them right off their hooks. In summer, a few walkers came to the pond with their dogs. Swimmers and boaters came too. When they left, Daphne and Chloe crept onto the beach and ate the snacks that they sometimes left behind. It seemed there was room for everyone in Cape Cod Pond. But what was making all this noise? Daphne and Chloe swam to the surface to take a breath. "Watch out!" cried Daphne as a big dog lunged for a stick. Scuttling into the deep water, the Turtle Sisters swam along the bottom until they came to a sunken log where the big turtles lived. A painted turtle came swimming by. Then their friend Snapper Jack arrived. Even here in the deep, dark water, the turtles could hear the shouting and the honking from shore. "It's a party," announced the painted turtle, who knew almost everything. "People come to ponds with dogs, floats, boats, and lots of food. They play games. They light a cake on fire. Then they sing a song about a bird." That's like "Happy Birthday to you." That's what the painted turtle thought he heard. "A party is very noisy and very strange." "Snapping turtles aren't afraid of strange things," said Snapper Jack, rising up on his long silver claws. "I'm going to take a look." "Me too," said Chloe. "Mistake," muttered Daphne. "Mistake." But she and the rest of the turtles swam slowly after the others. And sure enough, through the water they heard voices singing, "Happy birthday to you." The turtles grew close to the noise. One by one they floated to the surface. Suddenly a storm of arms and legs came rolling toward them. Dogs crashed through the water, pieces of weed flew in every direction. Children with goggles, nets, and flippers came charging through the water. "Turtles!" someone shouted. "Turtles! Catch the turtles!" "Swim for your life!" roared Snapper Jack as he scrambled across the bottom in a cloud of mud. "Dive! Disappear! Get away!" In an instant, the turtles were gone. Some dove right, some left. They went this way and that way, and they kept on going at full speed until they were all the way over on the other side of Cape Cod Pond. "Where am I?" panted Chloe as she swam into the arms of a great tangled tree. But no one answered. "Hello," she called. "Hello." That evening, after the sun went down and the party had ended and the pond was quiet, Chloe cautiously emerged from her underwater tree. The weeds were shorter here and the mud not so soft, but there were places to hide. As the moon rose in the sky, Chloe crawled under some branches and fell asleep. Early the next morning, there was a soft tap, tap, tap on her shell. "Chloe, it's me, Daphne." The two sisters were delighted to see each other again. They snuggled together under the pine branches. They stayed close all day, looking for worms. Several days later, the Turtle Sisters and their friends met at a big log that had a wire basket stuck on one end. They had all been exploring. "I'm going to change ponds," said Snapper Jack. "I need more room. Tonight I will walk across the road to the frog pond. It's full of bugs and tadpoles." "We are going to swim through the passageway to the cranberry bog," announced the painted turtle family. "No one has parties in a cranberry bog. We will be safe from dogs and safe from people." Daphne and Chloe looked at each other. "We will stay right here." The next day, Daphne and Chloe rose up to the surface for air. It was rainy and cold. Far away on the party side of the pond, they saw a tiny red dot with splashing arms and legs. "It's the noisy thing," said Chloe. "We forgot all about the noisy thing." The sisters watched the swimmer move up and down the pond. "It's looking for us," said Daphne. "But we don't live there anymore," said Chloe. For weeks, the Turtle Sisters watched the noisy thing try to find them. Every day it found swam a little farther around the pond. "Let's swim to the wire basket," said Daphne, who was always thinking. "If the noisy thing sees it, it will stop there and we'll be right there." So that afternoon the sisters swam to the basket. Finally they heard boom, boom, boom and splash, splash, splash. Then the noise stopped. "Oh no," cried Chloe, popping to the surface. "It's turning around. But wait, the basket! It sees the basket!" As soon as the noisy thing spotted the wire basket, it saw the turtles, Daphne and Chloe. "Burble, burble, glub," it said, holding out its hand. "Burble, burble." "We live over here now," explained Daphne, "so visit us here." "Glub, glub," it agreed. And for the rest of October, as the trees turned yellow and the water grew cold, the noisy thing happily visited the sisters on the quiet side of the pond. When it was time to hibernate, Snapper Jack came back from the frog pond, and the painted turtle family returned from the cranberry bog. They all needed the deep, soft mud for their winter burrows. "We need a quiet pond with no people in it," growled Snapper Jack. "But it's good to have the noisy thing," replied the sisters. "It likes us. It likes every single thing in the pond." As Chloe sank toward the mud, she thought about turtles and people, dogs and sticks, fishermen and fish. "I hope there will still be room for all of us next year." She started digging. "Maybe," she said to herself, "if everyone who comes to the pond loves everything in the pond, we can all be happy."
So we'd really like to thank Susan for coming and sharing her books with us and reading them in front of this beautiful pond. We want to let you know too that the Brewster Ponds Coalition partners with the Brewster Bookstore, who carries all of Susan's books. So please take care of our ponds.